couple of options right there.
From a bit of an outsider perspective, I noticed more the real young riders coming in with the no brakes and going brakeless for most of the stuff, but some front brakes especially, you notice that they really have a long time heritage and history in BMX. How are you seeing that play out?
Yeah, it's definitely a few years back. Well, I'm going to say, hold on, we're getting ready to drop in run number one. Bam, Superman C-Grab, Indian Air. But this is talking about a brake. He's got one on the back of his bike. Let's see if he utilizes it. Bar spin transfer. 360 to bar spin. Great combination right there. Hitting the 1-2. Coming into the box with the tail with 3 times around. Ryan, that was an enormous trick to pull mid-run.
And talking about trick difficulty, what the judges are going to be looking for doing that triple whip so early in his run, that is really risky, so the judges will be rewarding him for that.
Looking so comfortable with the tail whips. There was a foot jam version using his foot in the front wheel as a balance point as opposed to the front brake, which we just saw from the rider previous. 15 seconds are on the clock. We've seen this before. It's a make or break, usually the end of the run. A rider can definitely be winded. Sometimes you want to dig deep in the bag of tricks and go for a big flare right there. Backflip 180, hands up, and rewarded with a big round of applause from the crowd. But Ryan, let's see if the judges are going to reward him with a very high score. So we're taking a look. 360 tail whip to late bar spin. So much going on right there. 3 tricks in one. Here is a look at 3 tail whips going around. 1, 2, 3 times looking for the pedal.
And not just off a simple straight jump, on the transfer there, something really nice to note as well.
If you wind up having a crash, you can definitely get back up and continue on your run. It's not going to be seen as favorable with the judges. The key, if you do crash, is to get up immediately and keep rolling. Ideally, if you put a foot down, you can keep your momentum going. It's definitely better than, you know, crashing and doing a big yard sale with all your items going everywhere and taking 10 or 20 seconds to get up. But the key is about keeping your momentum and your energy rolling throughout the run.
Exactly, and that is why one of the criteria is about the fluidity, how you're nailing. Oh, starting it off big with that triple tail whip. Huge air on that look back as well.
Big bar transfer. Oh, 360 downside tail whip. So smooth, just falling into it. Look at the transfer, kicking that tail whip to tuck no-hander. Difficult variation because you got to get your feet back on the pedals and tuck your hands right in the lap to make sure that, tuck your bars into your lap to get the hands off. This is a big run so far.
I really like how he did that truck driver, super slow rotation, almost like a bus driver, and into that double downside whip there. Nice, smooth run, and all over the course, so it's really nice to watch.
Erik Figar looks like he is going to wind up putting the hands up. Dabbing it down, getting that round of applause. Big ups right there. So that was a very solid run right there. Got a little winded at the end, but as we mentioned, definitely had some big tricks what the judges are looking for. We're taking a look at a few of his combinations right here. There was that bar spin transfer. Here is the tail whip, the tuck no-hander. Again, mentioned you got to kick the frame around, drop the handlebars in your lap, have enough time to then take your arms off.
And here you go. This is the final results. Your 8th place is Kenneth Tencio. 7th place, Jack Leva. 6th place, Daniel Sandoval. 5th place, Joshua Perry. 4th place, Jack Clark. 3rd place, Nick Bruce. In 2nd place, it was a tough battle, the Venezuelan Daniel Dares. And in 1st place, the Australian, the last man to ride, from Brisbane, Logan Martin.
But rounding out the pack, we are taking 12 of the 24. 9th goes to Cam Peak. Mike Varga in there with an 82.66. Declan Brooks getting that 11th. And the man with the nail biter right there, barely squelching in by actually .33 repeating. We're talking about Alex Colborn barely making it in. And when I say barely, literally less than a half a point. We're talking about a 1/3 of a point right there separating it out. So I know a lot of fans out there are psyched to see Colborn. We know that he's got what it